Ultra Supervillain is the new transformation that's already dominating the cast of Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, and it's appearing all over the new DLC characters like Rote Goku Black, as well as Super Saiyan God Vegeta, with a teaser of one more legendary fighter being able to harness it. But can our custom characters use this new transformation? Let's find out. If our characters can master Ultra Instinct from previously the new form Beast only a year and a half after it was first shown in the Dragon Ball Super superhero movie, then it should be completely possible for our characters to harness the Heart of Darkness into the new Ultra Supervillain forms and get access to moves like Goku Black Scythe and even Dark God Vegeta's Destructive Blast. You know, I'm calling him Dark God Vegeta. Actually, I didn't even mean to say that, but that comes out way more like... Imagine saying Super Saiyan God Super Ultra Supervillain, but no. I'm calling him Dark God Vegeta, but I think that's way easier to say. But to master a new transformation for the Xenoverse character isn't something like, you know, we've been doing that for a while now, so I completely do expect the Ultra Supervillain form to be available for CACS, especially because it looks like the whole, I guess the whole new branch of DLC, because we know guaranteed there's 4 more DLCs coming based on the teasers in the story, with the 4 time rifts, and at the end of the trailer, there's 4, like icons, you know. The first one is a time ring, meaning that the others can't be time rings as well. I mean, I imagine, because they would just show the other icons as well if they were all time rings, right? But that means only the first story is based on the future, and the other stories are based on other events that get screwed over by the said, like, you know, darkness power from the Ultra Supervillain forms, which is quite intriguing to me, because it, like, not only is the Goku Black arc something that can be easily affected, because obviously time rings can manipulate time a lot, but that means that we might actually get to see a Ultra Supervillain Jiren from the Tournament of Power, and Ultra Supervillain Dragon Ball Super Broly, which I already believe that Dragon Ball Super Broly is going to be the next character to get an Ultra Supervillain form, because DBZ Broly has one. So DBS Broly not having one would be a bit weird. It's just kind of too easy to get away with. So Ultra Supervillain will easily be for DBS Broly. I can imagine one for Jiren easily. I'm not sure who, maybe, no, I can't really see it on a hit, but you know what I mean. There's a lot of instances or a lot of characters, especially DLC characters. Remember, it's DLC characters mostly, so probably Baby, Super Baby Vegeta. Baby will obviously have one. Now, I've seen some people complain that we might not actually get anything after the Ultra Supervillain forms due to the fact that the regular Supervillain forms already have moves that are kind of exclusive to them. Some moves that even then only appear in, like, you can only use some of these moves in raids too with the Ultra Supervillain characters. Not to mention, Supervillain was never, like, the regular Supervillain form was never something we could get for our custom characters. However, regular Supervillain is like an entire texture redo. Ultra Supervillain seems to be, it's more so an aura effect and a shading effect and a lighting effect, which I think is, you know, pretty easy to redo for custom characters in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. Not to mention, I do believe some new moves like Goku Black Scythe, as well as Vegeta's Destruction Blast, are going to be locked behind the Ultra Supervillain forms, since they're moves that the characters can probably already use, but don't in the base game. So they can like, I guess in a lore kind of way, they can lock those moves behind the Dark power-up. Because, why not, right? I'm trying to think of a few other moves that characters do have that would be locked behind said power-up. When I try to imagine one for Great Baby, I really think Revenge of Death is his best kit, unless of maybe, like, I guess, like an evil Super Gallic gun from his Great Ape form, but on his humanoid form. Alongside of Dragon Ball Super Broly, he shoots, like, a myriad of different, like, Ki Blast types in the actual, like, movie, right? The most the universe gives us is his Mouth Beam, though. So maybe he'll have the energy attack he used against the final, or I guess the Kamehameha Gallic gun, or maybe he could have like the split finger shot kind of energy attack used against Gogeta. You know, there's way too many options for moves that could be added for potential DLC characters that they did miss. A good example is, we got Blue Gogeta, then we got Base Gogeta afterwards as DLC. And Base Gogeta not only had a more accurate moveset for DBS Gogeta, but we also actually had more of the super attacks that Gogeta was missing as well. So I imagine they're doing the same thing here, but with the Ultra Supervillain characters, where they're going back to certain DLC characters and going, oh hey, we can update your moveset, and add, you know, your moves in the game that we didn't add previously. We're also adding a new form for you, etc, etc. So I do believe that through the Ultra Supervillain power-up, that's how we'll get access to some of these other moves as well. I was thinking of Ultra Supervillain Topo, because he'd have more God of Destruction kind of moves, so they could give him to Beerus, but then I remembered that they didn't even give Beerus the first Takaya that actually ended up being in the game, so he wouldn't even get the second one, which is so tragic. It's so unfortunate. However, I don't think our characters will actually need an Ultra Supervillain form to use a lot of the new moves, since Goku Black Scythe was already teased to be in Breakers. However, Breakers usually does kind of disregard certain conditions when it comes to using super attacks. But so long as Breakers confirmed this, it means Breakers has the potential to confirm a lot of other things. So any other new move we see in Breakers that was not in like anywhere else in like Dragon Ball, that's probably a move that they're keeping hidden for Xenoverse 2. And hey, I hate to go off the rails for a tiny bit, but Breakers Next Gen Update actually does, not Breakers Next Gen Update, but Xenoverse 2's Next Gen Update may actually change a few things of the game, such as Breakers actually added the correct version of Final Kamehameha, where it is like yellow and blue. Well, it's a blue beam with yellow effects, rather than it being in Xenoverse 2, where it's a yellow beam with blue effects around it, which is wrong, and they could have changed it all the way back in the Goku Black Saga, but I'm glad at least it's being addressed now. Hopefully in Xenoverse 2 it does look differently. And maybe they could even use the animation for it that's in Dragon Ball The Breakers. Because, you know, I'm not against a faster, more accurate animation for Final Kamehameha. So, yeah. And since we're on the Goku Black arc right now, I guess we'll wonder if Ultra Supervillain form will actually apply to Fuse Zamasu as well. Who knows? Because it's on Goku Black. Maybe they'll beat him at Goku Black stage, so he'll never actually reach Fuse Zamasu. But either way, I am very curious to see what the extent of that transformation's form is. I do really hope it's for custom characters, though. It shouldn't be. Again, they finally gave us a transformation that changed our hair in Beast, and finally gave us a transformation that changes other features to a greater extent, like how Beast and Ultra Instinct changes your eye style, even if your eye style is different, right? And alongside with the other changes that we've got in Super Saiyan and Blue and God Form and stuff like that, it should be completely possible for them to add a transformation that just changes our aura and our character's eye effects, I guess. Since the transformation itself doesn't change our character's hair looks, it just did that for Vegeta for the very specific reason that they wanted Ultra Ego in the game, but obviously couldn't get Ultra Ego in the game. Because I don't know why Vegeta's hair changes when Goku Black's doesn't. Goku Black has super pink hair, so the transformation not changing his hair at all is very funny. And it changing Vegeta's hair is, you know, they wanted Ultra Ego in the game. So that's a bit tragic for everyone who did their best to try and get Ultra Ego into Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. But I'm glad they could at least get away with this, right? And that means hopefully, hey, more destruction kind of moves in the game. That'd be very, very cool. But yeah, I do hope our custom characters do actually, or at least are able to touch this amount of power. Because, look, you could say I'm being greedy and asking for another transformation, but hey, look, we don't have an evil transformation in the game all about manipulating timelines. I just think that's kind of weird, you know. You know, usually by this point, it would be like, oh, Destiny 2, you can use the darkness of the enemy. How long has Destiny been out? Destiny's been out for like 9 years, right? Xenoverse has been out for 8 years, if you include Xenoverse 1, and we haven't even got stasis in Xenoverse. That's kind of cruel. That's kind of messed up. That's kind of not right. You know, so maybe for once our characters finally need to reach into that heart of darkness and take a piece for ourselves, you know. And that will be it, I guess. Hopefully in the Xenoverse 2 DLC 18, the final shape, our characters can finally right get access to a dark transformation. I think that'd be pretty cool. Not having a dark transformation, now that I really think about it, in this game for so long, is kind of surprising, to say the least. But hopefully DLC 17, DLC 18, if not, then DLC 19 or DLC 20, because we have 4 DLCs coming up. So we got DLC 17, 18, 19. Yeah, I don't know. It's amazing that they could still come up with this many ideas for Xenoverse. If they just said, oh, we got 1 new DLC coming up, then I'd be like, okay, sure, whatever. But they have 4, which is surprising. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see, you know. So that'll be it. Hope you guys enjoyed. And if you enjoyed, obviously, again, please leave a like on the video. Don't forget to subscribe, as it greatly supports the channel. And leave a comment down below as to what you'd like to see next. Love you all. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all next time, fellas. Take care and peace.